And good morning, humanity. It is August 16th, 2021, and it's the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody, my name is Paul.
It is, isn't it? And
It,
this is Bev.
it is, and we're just feeling the vibes here. as
Don't
we're
go there.
yeah, as we're gonna have really fun talking about energy or not. Is that is the question.
That's the
That
question.
is the question. This should be fun. If you have any comments here as we're talking about this, please. I know we're live on Facebook and we're live on YouTube. We're trying to do a whole new program with YouTube. So put some questions there. Energy. What does it mean to you? Because I got this little letter. We got a little response to one of our shows. Let me get this back here, and it was a cute letter. I really liked it. It was all done with a lot of fun in it. But the woman said, "Thank you very much for the email that was sent." She says, "I am an energy medicine practitioner teacher. Love this technique." Talking about biotouch, I'm sure.
Oh.
Note to Paul, who appears to be a bit nervous around the word, quote, energy. LOL.
Oh,
Everything is energy. We are made up of energy. Every cell in our body, clothes you wear, chair you're sitting on, etc., etc., etc. It's all energy. Big smiley face. So, oh, and I read that and I went, oh, I have made it. I have
you've accomplished
I
it.
have accomplished my goal, which is that people have no idea what I believe, who I am. It always reminded me when back in the days when I taught a class and I got up in front and said I was the founder and stuff, and this woman stands up. She goes, "Oh my God, I thought you were the mailman. You came in and got the mail."
That's perfect. Oh, that's funny. The
So
mailman.
I have reached the heights of unknowingness of what I believe or what we don't. But we wanted to talk about that. What is energy and how do we present? How do we talk about that in the relation to biotouch?
Right. It's gotten to be kind of a cute joke with us when we do our trainings, but we always tell them, now you're going to hear throughout the day, all of us instructors, we're going to say, we don't know. That is not because we don't know. It's because that's the place that we're holding. So here's the thing that is true of all teaching, all sharing, all presenting. If you present to the wider audience that you want to reach, you start talking and using terminology that maybe half of them are not familiar with, don't use in their daily life, you're going to lose them. Our responsibility in this foundation, and those of us who work in this foundation, we are here to hold for humanity a neutral center point. It doesn't matter what we believe individually. I might believe and agree with her, everything's energy. That has nothing to do with us presenting BioTouch. We're here to present this amazing gift, make it accessible to everyone who wants it. That means everyone. But unfortunately, for people who live, in certain language barriers, really, not everybody talks like that. They're in survival mode. They're in pain. They're in suffering. They're not going to go, oh well, maybe my energy is stuck.
Right.
That's so. What we're trying to do when we present BioTouch is say every single thing you believe is accepted and honored with BioTouch,
Right. Even
whatever language you use.
right. And even the fact of I had a guy once that said, "Well, energy, what? That's a bunch of bullshit." What do you mean by that?
Right?
Well, he could still do biotouch too. He didn't. The nice thing, as you were saying, is it's not about having to believe in energy or no energy.
Right.
If you want to comment there, what does the energy mean to you or not mean to you? How do you use energy in your life? So I did a lot of research, right? Because I remember decades ago, Larry Dossey, who was a big, uh, he still is a big presenter in the alternative complementary health fields. And I remember he wrote this article, and it was to massage therapists. And back then he was saying, you know, a lot of massage therapists, a lot of healers are using this word energy. He says, and really we don't know what that is.
Right.
So let's use that word as a matter of convenience. A matter of convenience because
Yes.
it's all utilizing something we don't really understand. And then today I found another thing I'd like to read, and we'll talk more about this here too. This is by Constance Grobs, who wrote a foreword to one of Larry Dossey's most recent books. And this is great here. He goes, call it chi, mana, spirit, prana, vitality, or light. View it through the lens of shamanism, ancient spiritual teachings, modern medicine, or quantum physics. Energy is the stuff of life, the ultimate medicine, the holy grail we're all seeking. No one knows exactly what it is, but everyone knows when they feel it. No
Oh,
one knows what it
what it
is.
is.
It's like, I always wonder, why can't we live in that unknowingness, you know?
Oh, no.
But
Oh, with
everybody,
that little ego going on. Mm-mm.
but everyone knows when they feel it. You were talking
Yeah.
about that, how
Yeah.
people experience that.
Well, I was saying that, well, we might not know what it is. We don't need to put a name to it, but when somebody uses biotouch and touches you with that loving touch, you experience it. You don't just feel it, you experience something
Right.
that goes beyond words. I think the whole purpose of this technique is to reach out and actually physically touch another human being. It's not like you're sitting there having a conversation with somebody and your words are, going back and forth. Biotouch is a communication system for sure, but on levels that we don't need to know what it is. We don't need to analyze it. We don't need to have expectations, guarantees, all the results. This is why, as practitioners, all of us don't diagnose. We don't recommend. We don't, get in there and mess around. When we say we just touch, that's what we're there for.
Right.
And in doing so, we're holding really a sacred space for that relationship.
Right.
Because as we know, biotouch allows both the recipient and the associate or practitioner to have an experience.
And I think that's the key. We're not dealing on theory here. We're not dealing with belief system. A lot of techniques are where you have to focus, center yourself. You have to believe in it, or you have to have the energy initiated to you, move through you, whatever.
The chi.
The chi, the right, all these words,
Yeah.
and it's words, 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 and
Yeah.
then we start disagreeing with one another. Then we start fighting one another, and what we say is the experience is what matters, and
Yeah.
we know for a fact. Get a biotouch session. There's an experience, and
Yes.
you will define it any way you want. The definition does not matter in the effectiveness of the technique. The belief system does not matter in the effectiveness of the technique.
Right.
The
That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
yes, the intention does not matter. You don't
Right.
have to shoot the vibes out of your fingers, into another person. You just have to be a human being. I mean, when I was looking up Larry Dossey in energy medicine or energy uh, writings, oh my gosh, there is so much being written about it. And then you read this article and this article, and my mind was dizzy. there,
Yeah.
the detail in the words, and non-local, local, and this and that, and it got so mind-boggling that if you had to understand that in order to do healing work, you would never do it. Or if you did it, you would make sure that, oh, I have this and you don't. Therefore, you need to come to me to
Well, that's what's
practice.
happened. That's what's happened.
Right.
And we're denying in that. When you were talking, I was reminded of something I read years ago in my teachings, that humanity is hungry for mind. We, all those words, all those concepts, all those ideas do just the opposite. They limit us. They define, and when you start defining, you're limiting your experience of something. We have to keep on coming up with new, every day there's new modalities out there with these, you know names to them, and it's just, that's what boggles my mind. Oh my gosh, this is not good enough, let's try something now. This is our challenge with BioTouch. It is so foundational to the heart of humanity. It is a pure system that doesn't require words defining anything. It is unlimited in its potential. That's why we say it breaks down all barriers.
Right.
If we allow ourselves to come into a true relationship with someone else and just be, which is what we've really been told from the ancient ones, just be. Oh, wow. Okay. So this is what BioTouch can help us to experience.
Right. It's that experience. It's putting that philosophy, that belief system, whatever you want, into action. I remember once talking to this guy who was, and I do really well getting into philosophical belief system
Oh yeah,
discussions
sure.
because I'm loaded with belief systems
Me
and done a
too.
lot.
I'm loaded with
Right.
knowledge.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm loaded. Yeah, knowledge. Yeah, I've done a lot of reading, a lot of
Yeah.
experimenting.
Yeah.
I can hold up to the best of them. But this one guy was, we were bantering about, yakking about this philosophy and healing had to be this and that, and I went, with BioTouch, it's just touch. It really is just about an expression of love. And he turns to me after we'd been yakking over and over. He turns to me and goes, well, when you get to that, when you get to love, nothing matters.
Oh, really?
I like boom right through the goalpost. It was like, yes, that's really all it needs to be is just loving one another, just being present with one another.
Yeah.
Just that's all there is to it. It's simple. The problem is it's not easy because as you were just saying, that mind it just wants to accumulate and
I know.
accumulate and then foist it out to the world of look what I know.
Did I do enough? Was that good for you? Should I do something else? I had that conversation with a couple of massage therapists years ago, and I said, when you start doing that, you've kind of like made that whole presence with that other person kind of like you blew it. And they looked at me and said, oh, I never thought about it like that. I said, why don't you just do your work? This is why we're saying that BioTouch is so effective, integrated with massage, because it introduces that body to a breath that opens up the body. And you're going to find out that you don't have to feed your ego about, did I do enough? I should have done this. How was it for you? Was I good enough? When you start having to ask those kinds of questions, you are not in a healing mode. Just saying.
Right.
You're just a little personality. It's never enough.
So we have a little, you can't see it. Paula says, I would say that a good expert knows how to define terms and explain them for someone who's never heard them before. But the gift of BioTouch is that everyone is approached as though they have a beginner's mind. That's nice. A beginner's mind. We're all beginners.
We're all
No,
beginners
no
here.
matter what stage we think we're living in this best of all worlds, we're all just, I always like to say, we're just bozos on the boat, folks.
Yeah. We're really children.
Yeah, and so we're just here to help one another, do the best we can while we're here on this planet. Every day we're getting more bad news,
Yeah,
so BioTouch can be the good news. The good news, folks, is
that's what I
BioTouch.
say. We've got some good news for you.
So let's teach you a little something. We're going to teach you how to do allergy, infection, and poison, especially for those of us out here in Arizona, Tucson area. We got lots of mold getting ready to bloom from all those rains. So.
Oh, yeah.
The infection, allergy, and poison sets are 3 separate sets of points. They all share the same hold point, which is the same as greeting point 1, located in the fleshy area just below the base of the breastbone. As with all sets of points, these may be touched repeatedly. Infections of any kind anywhere in the body may be addressed by holding X and with the other hand touching point 1, which is at the base of the large muscle on the right side of the neck and slightly above and behind metabolism point 1. Allergies or allergic reactions may be addressed by holding X and with the other hand touching point 2, which is on the right side of the neck directly behind metabolism point 3 on the top of the large muscle. To address poisoning within the body, hold X and with the other hand alternately touch point 1 and point 2.
Quite easy if you were
And
listening.
very effective.
Yeah, I mean, I'll work on Jenny's allergy point just the first time I touch that, which for those of you on the podcast, if you can't understand it, it's on the right side of that neck muscle, not quite to the jaw. So your whole point's at just below the breastbone, and the other point for allergy is at the top of that muscle, just below the jaw.
Right.
So, yeah, incredibly effective, incredibly simple. Again, 30 seconds to do the greeting, and then another 30 seconds to do just the allergy, or you could just do the infection. Or if you just ingested a bottle of Clorox, do the poison section.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So we have other ways to learn this technique. You can go to justtouch.com. You can download the first 10 pages of the manual for free. You can send us an email at office@justtouch.com. We'll get back with you. You can call us, and we'll be happy to take you through it on a telephone, especially if you have a particular situation you want to work on. Also, we have classes in this technique. Our next class is actually tomorrow. It's a virtual class. It seems to be the best way for us to teach globally right now. It's from 9 a.m. to 4:30 Arizona time. Massage therapists, doulas, and nurses get 8 continuing education credits. Go to justtouch.com to sign up for that. And then next Thursday, we have our health condition workshop with Suzanne Schlax, and she works with GERD and hiatal hernias as a physician's assistant. And we are going to talk about what is GERD, what is hiatal hernias, and we always learn something every workshop. It's incredible what we learn.
Yeah.
We'll have Eileen Webster with us, not the amazing Bev Wood, because she'll be on the road moving back to Tucson.
Well, Arizona.
Well, you're right, not Tucson, back to excuse me.
Close
enough.
Close enough.
Place called Sierra Vista if you've never been to this area before. So, thank you. Energy or not? That is the question. If you tuned in late, let us know what you think it is. Post it. Send us an email. We love to hear your ideas and thoughts. And thank you, Bev, for your ideas and thoughts.
Thank you, Paul.
And I guess we'll see you all next week for another Mondays with Bev and Paul. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a great week.
I can feel the pain in sunshine or rain, so it's not caused by the weather, but it doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. Take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain away.